Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome. And welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about AEW Dynamite for January 6th, 2021. So, this is the first AEW Dynamite review on the Ryan Awesome Show of 2021. And this episode of Dynamite was New Year's Smash Night 1 with Snoop Dogg as a guest on the show and Chris Jericho on commentary for the entire night. So yeah, we had Jericho on commentary and Snoop Dogg, he was the guest of the show. And man, overall, man, this is the best show. This is an awesome show. I love this show. You know, the my favorite part of the show, man, was the championship match, the World Heavyweight Championship match. We had Phoenix versus Kenny Omega for the AEW World Title, which was the best part of the show. Not only that, but what happened in the end. What happened in the end of the show was the best part of the show. You know, I'm not gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna get to it later. But yeah, this is a great show. A great show to start off 2021. And so yeah, we started off this match with the 8-man tag team match. It was SCU, Frankie Kazarian, and Christopher Daniels, and the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, who are the AEW World Tag Team Champions, versus the Acclaim, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, and TH2, Jack Evans and Angelico. And so, man, this match, this match was all over the place, man. And I gotta continue to tell you guys this. I cannot keep up with this. I like most of the times in these multi-man matches, I do not know who the legal person is. So I had to get down whatever I can get down. And so yeah, this is a hot match to start off the show. We had everybody going after each other. We had dives at the dives. Everybody was diving on each other. We had the Bucks doing their dives. We had TH2 TH2 doing their dives. Yeah, everybody was all over the place. And then we had a assisted stomp into a back suplex. So it's a stomp and back suplex combo to Christopher Daniels from TH2. We had a blue thunder bomb to Anthony Bowens from Christopher Daniels. We had a hot tag to Frankie Kazarian. He delivers clotheslines and elbow strikes. We had a German suplex to Jack Evans from Kazarian. We had a double Northern Light suplex to Anthony Bowens and Jack Evans from Matt Jackson. And so we had Matt, Matt, he takes out Max Caster and he takes out Angelico. So he spears Angelico and he dives onto Max Caster. And so, yeah, Matt, he tries to go for a moonsault, but he dove outside of the ring instead onto Max Caster. It would have been Max Caster and I believe Angelico who were standing outside the ring. And so we had a double splash to Anthony Bowens from the Bucks, followed by a DDT to Bowens from Frankie Kazarian. Bowens kicked out. We had a BTE trigger from Nick, not Matt and Nick, but from Nick and Frankie Kazarian. So we had Nick and Frankie Kazarian do the BTE to Anthony Bowens. Bowens kicks out. We had a 630 senton attempt. So Evans tries to go for the 630 senton bomb, but Matt gets his knees up. He gets his knees up, and it looked painful too. It looked absolutely painful. It had to hurt Jack Evans. And we had a super kick party to everyone from the Bucks. And at one point the Bucks, they were about to go for the Meltzer driver or the Indie Taker, whatever you want to call it. And Nick, Matt, he had the tombstone position. He had one of the guys in the tombstone position. And so Nick, he was about to jump onto, he was trying to deliver the move. He was gonna deliver the move, but he faked it. He faked it and dove onto everybody that was standing outside the ring. And so we didn't get the Meltzer driver this time. We got the best Meltzer ever to Jack Evans from Matt and Daniel. So So it was a tombstone mixed up with a moonsault. So Matt hit the tombstone onto Evans, with Daniels hitting the best moonsault ever. And so, yeah, they won. They pick up the win. SCU and the Young Bucks, they win. They beat the Acclaim and TH2. And right after the match, we had SCU. We had SCU. They challenged. They grabbed the microphone and they were talking to the Bucks. And Frankie, he talks. He speaks first. He says, you know, he was saying that, like he was telling Christopher Daniels, hey, if we lost, I was telling Chris, if we lose one more time in another tag team match, we will not be a tag team. We're not going to tag team anymore. And so, Christopher Daniels, he grabs the mic. Frankie, he says, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen because we won. And Christopher Daniels, he grabs the mic. And he says to the Bucks, we're going to always have your back. No matter what happens, we will always have your back. And Christopher Daniels, he challenged the Bucks to a tag team match. So SCU versus the Bucks for the tag team championships. And that was it. They challenged them for the tag team championships, and that was it to end off this segment. And yeah, and right after this we had Jon Moxley. He makes his entrance. He made his way to the ring. And he has something he want to say about Kenny Omega and Don Callis for costing him the championship. So this is what Moxley had to say. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Yeah, speaker wasn't on. Okay. There we go. Oh. Oh, yeah, it wasn't turned up. Let's turn it up. Okay, let's go.
Forgiving sport in an unforgiving world, and sometimes you are on the bad end of a bad deal. And when that happens, sometimes all you can do is endure, grit your teeth, and take it on the chin. But when that happens, you plant your feet firmly in the ground. You stare down that adversity, and you don't back down an inch. So no, I ain't going anywhere. Well, what to do with Kenny Omega and that guy he's hanging around with that looks like a used car salesman? See, for me, I see things in black and white, and I have a zero tolerance policy for shitty people.
Oh.
So an appropriate response tonight, in my book, would be to run down Kenny and that asshole and
Man.
beat them both to a bloody pulp with a crowbar. But tonight, the AEW World Championship is on the line, and I gave my heart and soul to protect the integrity of that championship. Tonight, Phoenix has an opportunity he has scratched and clawed for 13 years with reckless abandon, blood, guts, and heart the way it's supposed to be. And it is not my right to interfere in another man's destiny, but Kenny, safe. Just remember, I will get even. And then some. When I do something, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. When I have a responsibility, I uphold it. When I make a commitment, I see it through no matter how long it takes. I will forever be in your blind spot, Kenny. The boogeyman will forever be lurking over your shoulder, and I promise you, are going to look into the eyes of the devil and you are going to beg for mercy when you realize you crossed the wrong guy.
And that was it. So that's what Moxley had to say about Kenny Omega and Don Callis. And man, I said this time and time and again. Jon Moxley always delivers a great promo. Like you believe it. You believe it in his face. You could tell from his face, man. Like he's serious, man. Everything that he say that he's gonna do, just like what he said. Everything that he said he was gonna do, he always does it. And yeah, Jon Moxley is simply the best. The best on that microphone. The best in the ring. One of the best AEW World Champions. And yeah, that was it. That's what Moxley had to say. He's coming after Omega and that championship. And so right after this, we had Dasha. We had Dasha Gonzalez. She interviews Chucky T and Orange Cassidy. And she asked him about, Trent. How's Trent doing? And Chuck, he says that Trent, he has a torn pec, so he's going to be out for a while. And so right after this, they said they were going to be out. He was going to be out for a while. And then we had Miro and Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford. They interrupt the best friends. And, they were talking trash to the best friends. And we had Chucky T. He challenged. Well, yeah, Miro, he called Chucky T like a young boy or something like that. And, Chucky T, he challenged Miro to a match. And if Chucky T would have lost, if Chuck Taylor would have lost the match, he was going to be Miro's young boy or Miro's servant or whatever it is. And, Chucky T accepted the challenge. He didn't have to think about it. He accepted the challenge, not knowing what exactly is going to happen if he lose. And so, yeah, that was it. That's all they had to say. And, man, like, I'm going to say this again, man. Like, I don't care I don't even care anymore about this whole thing with Miro and Kip Sabian and the best friends. And I'm just waiting for the wedding to be here. So we could get Miro to do bigger and better things. Because Miro does not deserve this. What he's getting right now. He does not deserve it. And he looks, he doesn't look intimidating anymore. He doesn't look intimidating. We want the Bulgarian Brute. We want that version of Miro, man, in AEW. That's what everybody is asking for. But, I want to give AEW the benefit of the doubt. Right after the wedding, I hope they split him away from Kip Sabian and let him do his own thing, man. Because Miro, man, he deserves so much more. And I said this time and time again that he deserves to be going after a championship. He deserves the TNT championship, a contender. He should be a contender for the TNT championship or a contender for the AEW championship. Like, there's so much stuff that you could be doing with Miro right now. And this right here is not one of them. So yeah, right after this we had a match. It was Jake Hager of the Inner Circle versus Wardlow of the Inner Circle, with the entire Inner Circle ringside. So you had Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz, MJF and Sammy Guevara. They're all standing on the stage, and Chris Jericho, of course, is on commentary. So yeah, it was a back and forth between Wardlow and Jake Hager. We had, they were trying to out wrestle each other. They were trying to out muscle each other, filling each other out. And, they took each other out with clotheslines on the outside of the ring. And we had Wardlow unloading on Hager with European uppercuts. We had a spine buster to Hager from Wardlow. We had suplex throws to Jake Hager from Wardlow. Hager kicks out. And Wardlow, he tries to go for the F10. Hager escapes it. We had corner splashes to Wardlow. And we had a modified power slam to Wardlow from Jake Hager. His modified power slam that he usually goes for. He hits that on Wardlow. And then we had Hager. He tries to go for the Hager bomb. And then Wardlow, he blocks it with his feet. And so Hager, he grabs Wardlow's feet. And he goes for the ankle lock. He locks in the ankle lock onto Wardlow. Wardlow escapes. We had an exploder suplex to Jake Hager from Wardlow. We had a German suplex to Jake Hager from Wardlow. Hager kicks out. We had Wardlow going on the top rope and delivering a swanton bomb to Jake Hager. And Hager kicks out. And Hager, he turns it in. He turns in, he recovers from the pinfall and locks in his arm in triangle chokehold. And then Wardlow, he fights out of it. And then, they were fighting at the top rope. Hager locks in the hole. And then Wardlow, he escapes it. And, he drops Hager on top of the turnbuckle. And then Wardlow, he hits the F10 onto Jake Hager for the win. So Wardlow, he beats Jake Hager. And that was the end of the match. And then right after the match, we had, the Inner Circle. They were embracing the two. We had, Hager, he was angry. He was upset that he lost. And, the Inner Circle, they were trying to calm him down. Like, dude, calm down. We have to get it out of our systems. And then we had Wardlow and Jake Hager. They went face to face. Wardlow, he extended his fist to try to fist bump Hager. And then Hager, he gave Wardlow the fist bump. So they fist bumped each other. And that was it. And so right after this, we had Private Party. We had Private Party. They were backstage with Snoop Dogg. They were backstage with Snoop Dogg and Matt Hardy. So Private Party is there with Matt Hardy and Snoop Dogg. And they were excited. They were excited to see Snoop Dogg. Private Party was. And this is what happened. There goes Snoop Dogg.
Snoop, come in clutch with the juice. Celebrate, nephew. Let's make some magic, baby.
The king, Snoop. Look, guys, I got those contracts, man, and I'm so happy you guys have decided to go through with this. I promise you, you will not regret this decision. I want you both to trust me, man.
Yeah, man, we trust you, but what was the whole deal with the chair?
And you can't be fixated on the
Talking about
chair,
last
man.
week.
It's about winning. You guys want to become kings, right?
Yeah.
A king like Snoop? You got to be a winner. Kings win. That's what they do. And that's what you guys have the potential in you. It's untapped. I'm going to bring it out, man. I'm going to bring it out. I know 30%, that's a hefty feat. But I promise, it will pay off in spades.
Well, Mark and I are big franchise players here, and before we sign this contract, we got some couple of centers you want to look at.
Bam! The stuff we talked about, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, man. I've got you covered because everything you wanted is in here. Let me check. 2, 3, yeah, in the match. Yep. Oh, there it is, right? Right here.
The last one?
Yep, right there. A, B, and C. They're all in there. They're there, man.
Looking good to me.
I got you covered.
All right, I hope you do.
I can't wait for Private Party to be iconic.
Yeah.
Hey, got you.
Make sure I'm invited to the private
Oh, we got you,
yeah,
Snoop.
always,
We got you, Snoop. You know the vibes.
And
They
know
signed
what,
a contract.
All those third-party platform things, Cameo, Twitch. I'm not a monster.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's a clear shot at WWE.
You know what I mean? I'm going to get these to the lawyer, man, and I will see you guys tonight for dinner.
All right, Chris, right?
You got it?
Yeah, most definitely.
Peace out.
Yo, Snoop, I see you, my man.
And that was it from Private Party and Matt Hardy with Snoop Dogg. And yeah, that was it. Matt Hardy, he's acting heelish. And he's the iconic Matt Hardy. He did away with the broken Matt Hardy and stuff. I'm glad to see him try something new. Because the broken stuff, it reached its course. It reached its course. WWE, they had a chance with him, doing a gimmick, and they were never behind the gimmick. So Matt Hardy, he tried something new, and I'm loving it right now. The iconic iconic Matt Hardy. I'm loving it right now. And he got new theme music. Matt Hardy does, and I love it. I love the theme music. And so yeah, right after this, we had the weigh-in. We had the weigh-in for the TNT Championship. The weigh-in, it was Darby Allin. It was Brian Cage. He came out first with Team Taz, and Darby Allin, who is the TNT champion, comes out to the ring with his skateboard and the new design of the TNT Championship. Because last week they retired the old TNT Championship, the one that Mr. Brody Lee held, and they gave it to his son. the actual championship, not a replica championship, the actual championship that Mr. Brody Lee held. They gave it to Mr. Brody Lee's son, Brody Jr., -1. And, they designed it a new championship. They designed a new championship for Darby Allin. And, yeah, the new championship looked even better, man. And so, yeah, I actually love it. If you haven't saw it yet, you got to go out and look at it. It's all over social media. But, yeah, this is what happened in the weigh-in.
Has the brand new TNT Championship belt. A week ago, the red belt was, of course, given to Brody's son,
Brody Jr.
And with the brand new belt, we are going to weigh in for next week's TNT title match. We ask the challenger, Brian Cage, if you will get on the
wait.
scale.
Why does Cage have to weigh in first? It's because you're saying because he's the challenger.
Right.
But, but he's bigger. I think he's bigger. We'll find out on the scale. But so you're making
Of course
the rules
he's bigger.
now, Shivani, right? You're making the rules, right? You're making the rules. No, that's all right. No, Cage, if you don't mind, please.
Is this okay with...
Oh, yeah, it's okay with me, Tony. If it's okay with you.
We all saw what happened in the very first AEW win when Moxley split me open. Same thing.
272 pounds.
Wow! That's solid muscle. Solid muscle. Solid muscle, Shivani.
Okay, let's bring in the champion, ladies and gentlemen, the TNT champion, Darby Allin. Next week, he'll defend the TNT championship here on New Year's Smash Night 2.
Go ahead, Dobbs. Don't worry. No one's gonna bite you, brother. Go ahead. Jump on up there. Jump up there.
Darby the lone wolf by himself in front of Taz's pack of hyenas here.
I don't blame you, Darby.
Of course, we've seen Sting shown interest in Darby Allin since his arrival. Still a lot of questions swirling about their relationship.
170 pounds.
Wow. Cage
That's a 100-pound difference.
Well, of course. Wait a minute. Of course, it's over 100-pound weight difference. Look at all the stuff he's wearing. He's wearing a jacket. He's got a chain on. He's got shoes on. He's got a belt on with all metal on it.
I mean, your man. Yes.
Oh, it took the microphone away from him.
Taz, you may say this feud has been 9 months in the making, but in reality, it's 27 years, because I've dealt with shit in my life from people like you.
Wow.
And we all know how this ends tonight, so let's get to the fun part.
Uh-oh. Grabs his skateboard.
To the fun part. Oh.
Darby's gonna take on the whole team, Taz.
Tony Schiavone, take that microphone and take your white ass out of the ring, because we're going to get busy here. Get your ass out of the ring. Here's the deal, Darby. You had a chance.
Uh-oh. The lights cut off, and I cannot play the music. Because Sting comes out to his music. And, Sting comes out. His music plays. The light cut off. His music plays. It's snowing. And, Sting comes out. Team Taz, walk up the stage again. And, Taz, he said something else in this match. Not in this match. He said something else during this. And, he was saying that he was sick of Sting. And, he was saying that Brian Cage was going to take the TNT Championship away from Darby Allin. And that was it. That was the end of the video. I mean, that was the end of the segment, end of the segment. And so, this is the one thing I didn't understand about this. I didn't know what was the point of the weigh-in. It should have been a contract signing. I don't know why they didn't do a contract signing instead. I didn't know what the weigh-in accomplished, but it didn't accomplish nothing. Nothing. And and another thing I had a problem with, is Sting. Sting is another person that I had a problem with, because he was, we seen the same thing over and over again, week after week after week. It's the same thing. Whenever Darby is, when Team Taz get involved in anything, you have Sting come out to the ring. He walks out, it's snowing, he has his baseball bat, he gets in the ring, Team Taz is running off to the stage, It's like, dude, it looks stupid. Like why isn't why is the same thing happening over and over again? Like why why does he have to come out and do the same thing every week? And I mentioned this in I think I forgot which video it was, but it was one of the videos. I said, man, they gotta stop doing this over and over again. If they continue doing this stuff, like if they keep doing this over and over again, nobody will not care. Nobody will not care about it anymore. People will stop caring about it. And it's at that point now that people don't care anymore, man, about Sting. Because we keep seeing the same stuff every week. You know? Like, will he do something next week? Will he do something next week? Will he will he help Darby Allin win the championship? I mean, help Darby Allin retain the championship? Like, what are you doing here? We all know what you want to do, but tell the viewer why you're here. Yeah. That's the only thing I had a problem with. I understood it. It should have been a contract signing. If the match is next week, it should have been a contract signing and not a weigh-in. And the weigh-in didn't accomplish nothing. And Sting should have did something instead of doing the same thing. Instead of standing side by side with Darby Allin. Yeah. That's the only problem I had with it. And so yeah, right after this we had MJF. He was backstage. They showed the camera to MJF. He's backstage, and you had Jake Hager in the background in his locker room, throwing temper tantrums, and he's upset, he's angry, and MJF, he's back there, he's trying to calm Hager down, and Hager, he was about to drop MJF. MJF, he tries to calm him down, and give him a pep talk, and he was hyping him up too, and he was saying, he was telling Hager, like, who cares? Who cares if you've lost to Wardlow? You are still undefeated in the octagon. He said something along those lines. And, you're still undefeated in the octagon. And, he was basically hyping him up. Trying to cheer him up. And, that was it. That was it. And, this is unlike MJF. This is unlike MJF. You usually don't see MJF do something like this. But he trying to get closer to the inner circle. That's what he's trying to do. And so, yeah, that was it. And, MJF, man, I think he's gonna break up the inner circle. He will break up the inner circle. He's gonna try to take over Chris Jericho's spot as the leader. And yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And it's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time when it'll happen. And so yeah, right after this we had I'm trying to find the video. Yeah, we had Marko Stunt. Not Marko Stunt. Yeah, Marko Stunt. Yes, exactly. We had Alex Marvez. He interviews Jurassic Express. That's Jungle Boy, Marko Stunt, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marko Stunt. And so, Marvez, he asked him a question. He interviews them. Let me pull up the video. This is the video.
Every time I see you, you win with someone with you. Like Luchasaurus or Jungle Boy. In a tag team match, you always win because you got a bigger person than you.
And that was, they showed that part. They showed the Brody Jr. promo to Marko Stunt. That was on AEW Dark. So they showed that little clip for a second, and then they got into the interview with Alex Marvez and Jurassic Express. So this is what happened.
Wow. Marko Stunt obviously having some fun with -1 last night on AEW Dark. But what is next for the Jurassic Express?
Look, Alex, the Jurassic Express is full of fun. Yep. But right now, that's not what this is about. See, the Jurassic Express, we're on a quest for the AEW Tag Team Championship.
Marko, what is the we talk you're talking
FTR
about?
interrupts.
You do nothing. You bring nothing to the table. You are worthless. You sit on the outside. You're a glorified mascot, and you let the dinosaur do your dirty work. You let Jungle Boy do your dirty work. You are useless.
Yeah, maybe -1 was right. You are a loser.
Oh, you think I'm a loser, huh? A loser? Well, how about I beat your ass and I beat your ass? Next week, I'll take your spot and I'll beat your ass in the middle of the ring.
So next week, Marko Stunt and Jungle Boy against the absolute best tag team on this planet, FTR. Okay, that's like that. That's like a Fiat versus a Ferrari. We'll see you next week. Funny. Top guys. Out.
Funny.
Yeah, walk. And we worry about a flashback.
And so yeah, that was it with the Jurassic Express and FTR confrontation backstage. And you know they don't stand a chance against FTR. Marko Stunt and Jungle Boy, no. You know he took Luchasaurus' place. You would have had a better chance at beating them if you had Luchasaurus in the match. But Marko Stunt, he voluntarily took Luchasaurus' spot. And so yeah, that was it. And so yeah, right after this we had Matt Sydal versus Cody Rhodes. And yeah, we had Cody Rhodes. He comes out with Snoop Dogg. Yeah, who is one of Cody's co-hosts for their show, the Go Big Show on TBS. And Snoop Dogg, he was playing the role of Arn Anderson. So yeah, Arn Anderson, he wasn't there, and Snoop Dogg, he was playing the role of Arn Anderson. And so Cody, he comes out to the ring with a remix version of his theme song. And so it was Snoop Dogg rapping over Cody Rhodes' theme music. And obviously it's only for one night only. You know, you do not need to change Cody Rhodes' theme song. It's perfect as it is. And so yeah, you know, it was a great back and forth between Sydal and Rhodes. So yeah, we had a roundhouse kick to Cody from Sydal. We had a knee strike to Cody Rhodes. We had a diving Meteora to Cody Rhodes outside of the ring from Matt Sydal. He almost hit Snoop Dogg, so Snoop Dogg, he got out of the way. And, you know, Matt Sydal, he hurt his knee after that. We had, you know, at one point they were fighting outside of the ring near the crowd. And, you know, you have, you know, in the AEW crowd, in the daily space, you have on one side, you have the babyface talent sitting on one side, and you have the heel talent sitting on the other side. So they were fighting towards, you know, the heel section. And, you know, they were fighting outside the ring near the heel crowd. And Cody, he accidentally punches Serpentico, who was sitting on the heel side. And we had a crossbody. We had a crossbody to Cody Rhodes from Matt Sydal. And we had a Texas Cloverleaf submission move to Matt Sydal. Sydal grabs the rope to break up the submission move. And then we had at one point Cody Rhodes showing off in this match, doing the push-ups. Arn Anderson is not happy about it, wherever he is. Arn Anderson is not happy about it. We had a body slam to Sydal, followed up by a knee drop from Cody Rhodes. We had an enziguri to Cody Rhodes from Matt Sydal. They were going back and forth with chops. We had a reverse superplex to Matt Sydal from Cody Rhodes. Sydal kicks out. We had a jumping knee to Cody. And we had Matt Sydal, he goes for his shooting star press finishing move. Cody gets the knees up and blocks it. We had a submission move to Cody Rhodes. Cody fights out of it. We had a disaster kick to Sydal from Cody Rhodes. A beautiful, beautiful disaster kick to Matt Sydal from Cody Rhodes. Sydal kicks out. We had two crossroads to Sydal to win the match. So Cody Rhodes beats Matt Sydal to win the match. And then right after the match, we had Serpentico and Luther. I think they're called Chaos Project. So we had Chaos Project attack both Cody Rhodes and Matt Sydal. And you had Snoop Dogg. You know, Snoop Dogg, he was standing on the stage. He was standing on the stage the entire match. And, you know, we had Sydal and Cody, they were fighting off Chaos Project. And we had Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, he comes into the ring, you know, right after Matt Sydal and Cody Rhodes take out Chaos Project. We had Snoop Dogg, he gets in the ring. And, you know, Matt Sydal and Cody Rhodes, they're holding down Serpentico. And Snoop Dogg, he gets on top of the rope. I was scared for my life for Snoop Dogg. Like, this guy looked like he was going to fall right off that top rope. It looked like he was going to slip on something and fall. And so I was holding my breath. I was scared for him, man. So he takes his time getting up on the top rope, and he delivers a splash, a terrible, terrible splash to Serpentico. And, you know, he didn't even deliver the splash. It was like he landed on his feet. That's what it was. He landed on his feet. He even connected that splash properly. But yeah, he did the splash. He pinned Serpentico. Cody Rhodes counts to 3, and Snoop Dogg wins the match. And so, yeah, just like what I said before, I thought this was bad. This was terrible. That splash was terrible. But it was a feel good moment for Snoop Dogg. I'm gonna give it to him. It was a feel good moment for him. But man, this guy does not need to be in a ring. No, we lead that to the professionals. And so yeah, right after this we had the AEW Women's Championship match. We had Abaddon, who is the challenger, versus Hikaru Shida, who is the AEW Women's Champion. This match was okay. It wasn't, I don't understand why this match happened. I don't understand why Abaddon deserved a championship. What exactly has she done to warrant a championship match? But, it was still a okay match. It wasn't a great match by any means. And so, yeah, we had Abaddon. She tries to, Hikaru Shida, she made her entrance right after Abaddon made her entrance. And then Abaddon, she tries to attack Hikaru Shida while she made her entrance. And so Shida whacked Abaddon with that kendo stick. And we had Shida, she tries to go for a knee lift, signature move, her knee lift. And then Abaddon, she grabs at Hikaru Shida's leg and she bites at the thigh of Hikaru Shida. And Abaddon, she throws Shida into the guardrail. We had Abaddon, at one point she's under the ring and she grabs Hikaru Shida, dragging her under the ring with her. And we had Abaddon, she comes out first with blood dripping from her mouth. And then right after that, Hikaru Shida, she came from under the ring and she had, she was bleeding from her neck, the same wound that Abaddon bit her from. And so we had a face buster to Shida from Abaddon. Shida kicks out. Abaddon, she targets the neck. And then we had an outside dive to Abaddon from Hikaru Shida. We had a superplex to Abaddon from Hikaru Shida. And Abaddon, at one point, she bridges up like what Bray Wyatt would do. She bridged up like Bray Wyatt. And then right after that, we had a Tomoshi. We had a Tomoshi to Abaddon from Hikaru Shida to win the match. So Hikaru Shida wins and is still the AEW Women's Champion. And so, yeah, that was it. Yeah, I still didn't understand why she deserved a championship match. But right after that, no more championship matches for her. No more championships match for her. And, yeah, that was it. And so next week we have, for next week's show, of course, we have the TNT Championship match between Darby Allin and Brian Cage. We have Chuck Taylor with Orange Cassidy versus Miro with Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford next week, next week is night 2. We have that match. We have another women's championship match, but this time it's from the NWA Women's Championship match. It's going to be Serena Deeb, who is the NWA Women's Champion, versus Ty Conchi, who is the challenger. And, she had something she wanted to say, too, earlier, in this show. She said that the Dark Order is going to be on her side. And we had a graphic that said The Elite in action next week. So whatever that meant, that was like The Elite in action. And so I think that played towards the end of this show. And so we had the Jurassic Express versus FTR. That's Marko Stunt and Jungle Boy with Luchasaurus in that corner versus FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler with Tully Blanchard in their corner for night 2. And we have Pac, the Bastard Pac, versus Eddie Kingston next week on night 2. And we have the Inner Circle. We have the Inner Circle's New Year's resolution next week on night 2. And finally, we have the Waiting Room. We have Dr. Britt Baker's Waiting Room segment, or Waiting Room show, with the special guest, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So that's next week. So that's everything that's going to happen next week. And for night 2. And so right after this, we had the main event, which was the best part of the freaking show. Excellent match between Omega and Phoenix. Awesome match. So yeah, we had Ray Phoenix representing the Death Triangle versus Kenny Omega, who is the AEW World Champion, with Don Callis in his corner. And I got to tell you this again, man. I love Kenny Omega's entrance, man. I love his entrance. It is easily the best the best ring entrance today. The best ring entrance today. Nobody is better. Nobody is better than Omega's. And so, yeah, they were going back and forth. Omega and Phoenix, they were going back and forth. We had Kenny go after Phoenix's leg. We had a spike. We had a spike Hurricane Rana to Phoenix from Omega. We had a Hurricane Rana to Kenny Omega from Phoenix. We had a big boot to Omega. And then we had a Hurricane Rana to Omega from Phoenix. We had a Tornado DDT to Phoenix from Omega. Omega, you know, at one point they were going back and forth with chops. Omega absolutely chopped the living hell out of Phoenix. So, yeah, he chopped him hard. That had to hurt. And then at one point, you know, Phoenix, you know, they were fighting outside the ring. And then Phoenix, he tries to go for a move. And Omega, he counters with a Snapdragon suplex on the ground, on the outside ground, which looked painful. Absolutely painful. And we had a back suplex to Phoenix on the ring apron and on the guardrail, on the top of the guardrail to Phoenix. And then we had a Kotaro Crusher from Kenny Omega to Phoenix. Phoenix kicks out. We had a backbreaker to Phoenix from Omega. They were going back and forth with chops. We had a missile springboard drop kick to Omega from Phoenix. We had a Tope Suicida, or Tope con Hero to Omega from Phoenix. Phoenix, man, he damn near landed in the front row of the crowd. This dude shot out like really fast. Like he ran, he boom, shot at Kenny Omega out fast, man. Like he landed almost in the front row. That was really cool. I love that part. And so, yeah, right after that, we had a springboard German suplex to Omega from Phoenix, and Omega kicks out. So that was also a great part of the match too. We had a diving foot stomp to Omega's back from Phoenix. Omega goes, you know, Omega he tries to take off Phoenix's mask. And then we had a super kick to Omega from Phoenix. We had a V-trigger to Phoenix. You know, Phoenix, he counters with a super kick. And Phoenix, he tries to go for the tornado. The springboard tornado. And then Omega, he blocks it. He blocks it with a knee strike. And he delivers a beautiful powerbomb to Phoenix. Phoenix kicks out. We had a V-trigger to Phoenix from Omega. And Phoenix kicks out. We had another V-trigger to Phoenix. And then we had Omega, he tries to go for the one-winged angel. And Phoenix, he counters it with a spike Rana. To Omega. And so Phoenix, he tries to, you know, he takes control after that. And then Callis, he distracts Phoenix. And we had a V-trigger. To Phoenix. So, you know, Phoenix is distracted. And then Omega, he just hits him with a V-trigger. And then we had a springboard cutter to Omega from Phoenix. Omega kicks out. And we had a fire thunder driver to Omega. Omega kicks out. We had Phoenix, he gets to the top rope. He paying homage to Eddie Guerrero, the late great Eddie Guerrero with his taunt. And then a frog splash. You know, Omega, he gets his knees up, so he blocks the frog splash. And we had a Tiger Driver 98, a devastating Tiger Driver 98 to Phoenix from Omega. And we had a V-trigger to Phoenix. Phoenix kicks out. So this is the, fifth V-trigger he delivered. He still kicked out. And then we had the one-winged angel, a move that nobody has ever kicked out of in AEW. We had a one-winged angel to Phoenix from Kenny Omega to win the match. And that was the end of the match. Kenny Omega wins the match and is still the AEW World Champion. And, you know, they showed the replay. It looked like Phoenix got his arm up, but referee didn't see it. You know, you can't call what you didn't see. The referee's decision is always final. And so, yeah, right after the match, we had Don Callis. He grabs the microphone. He speaks. And, you know, like, this stuff, I love this stuff. Don Callis, he speaks. You know, congratulate Kenny Omega. They celebrating together. And then they showed a video. They showed a video of Pac and Pentagon of the Death Triangle being attacked. And, you know, they being attacked. And then right after that, man, they showed, they said, you know, Don Callis, he sends. You know what? I'm going to just show you guys the video. I'm going to show you the video. I'm going to just play the song.
Ladies and
So yeah, this is the Butcher, Blade, and Eddie Kingston. They attack the Death Triangle. Butcher, Blade, and Eddie Kingston.
This is a very unsafe environment for you. I mean, anything can happen. Phoenix, you remember that we told you that Penta wouldn't be coming for you, that Pac wouldn't be coming for you. What is coming for you is a one-winged angel into the scrap heap of history. Get him up, finish him off.
Oh, come
this
on
is
now.
the end. This is the end.
Cut his mic off, for God's sake.
Finish him off. Mercy.
We had Jon Moxley come out with the baseball bat, barbed wire baseball bat, hits Omega with it. Oh.
Jon Moxley using that barbed wire bat.
Don Callis hit the hills after that. Boogeyman has appeared.
Good thing Callis is wearing darks.
No.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know how much it would hurt to take a barbed wire bat to the breadbasket after the match Kenny Omega just had?
And Moxley looking to exact his revenge on Kenny Omega.
And we had the Good Brothers attacking from behind. The Impact World Tag Team Champions. Attacking Jon Moxley. Crowd chanting "Too Sweet." They delivered the Magic Killer to Jon Moxley. Jericho going crazy on commentary. They still going at it, Omega. I mean, they still going at Moxley. I mean. Oh, yeah, and Omega, he's bleeding from the arm, from the barbed wire bat. Uh-oh.
Well, I gotta agree with you. It is sweet revenge. He brought the bat in.
Oh, no. That's enough.
He hit Kenny with
And he continued to hit Moxley with that bat. And nobody coming out to help Moxley. Nobody. And you got somebody come out to the crowd. The Varsity Blondes, Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr., they come out and help Moxley, and they got taken out. And the rest of the roster coming out and trying to help everybody. Oh.
everybody trying to help out, and everybody has been stymied.
Oh. Yeah, it is. An invasion angle. Oh. Fuego del Sol powerbomb through the timekeeper's there table. Oh my God.
Let me remind you, none of these guys work here. Gallows, not under contract to AEW. Anderson, not under contract. Don Callis, not under contract. But yet they're standing in the middle of the ring like champions. They own this place tonight.
And at this point, I was wondering, man, where's the Bucks? I was like, man, where's the Bucks?
Who made him flip the switch? Moxley made him flip the switch. Oh, he was a nut already.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's a nut that's the champion. He's your champion, Savani. Our champion, Jericho. That's right, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Moxley tries to fight back, and they still take him out.
You better cut Moxley's head off like a snake. He's gonna keep
You ain't gonna be able to fight back. It's a 3-on-1.
the Carnage Garrison
There go the Bucks. There go the Bucks right there. We was wondering where the Bucks were. You know, they trying to talk sense into everybody. Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to. And then you had Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. grab at Omega arm. And then the Bucks take out Garrison and Pillman Jr. So they actually helped out Kenny Omega. Omega puts up the Too Sweet sign. The sign. Oh. Gallows and Anderson, they joined in with the Too Sweet. They try to get the Bucks to join in with the sign. Got Nick joined in, so they got the Bucks joined in with the Too Sweet sign, so they Too Sweet each other. And so that was it. That was it. The Bucks, they gave off the Too Sweet sign. They joined in with the Too Sweet. And that was the end of the show. That was the end of the show. And so the Bullet Club is back. The Bullet Club is back. I don't know if they're allowed to call them the Bullet Club, but I guess that's what it meant. The Elite. I guess what it meant. The Elite. The Elite in action next week. So the Elite. And so yeah, we could be seeing a partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling, because we got the Bullet Club out there. We got the Bullet Club in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And you know, they're not doing much of anything. You know, the Bullet Club the Bullet Club was popular when the Bucks were in it. AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes, you know, and everybody else that's in AEW who are part of the Elite. You know, and yeah, man, I love this segment. This was the best part of the show. Everybody was going crazy. Everybody was marking out. I was marking out. You know, man, the Bullet Club is back. And we thought the Bullet Club was going to be gone forever. You know, because the Bullet Club, they're not hot anymore. The Bullet Club and New Japan Pro Wrestling, they're not hot anymore. They're not hot anymore. But if you put the Bucks, you got Omega, the Bucks, Gallows and Anderson, man, you got them, you know, a part of it. They were the better version. They were the better version of the Bullet Club than the current version of the Bullet Club that's in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And so yeah, that was it with the show. I love this show. This is the best show. Not a perfect show, but an awesome show. Excellent show. I loved it. Loved the main event. You know, everything else on the show, it was good, but it was nothing compared to the championship match. And this show was a great show to start off 2021. Night 1 was a great show to start off 2021. And night 2, hopefully night 2 will be better. Be better than night 1. We always want the next show to be better than the first show. And so hopefully night 2 will be better than night 1. So yeah, anyway, that was it. That was it with the review for AEW Dynamite. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. What are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and turn on that bell for all notifications. And that way, you'll be notified on when my next video will come out. And, you know, people ask me, hey, you know, people that I come across, they ask me, hey, Ryan, when's the next episode of The Ryan Awesome Show? You got to subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll know. If you turn on the bell, you hit that subscribe button, and right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click that bell, and you'll know. You'll know when the next video will be out. You know, share this video. Share this video with your friends, your family, everybody that you come across on a day-to-day basis. And also follow me on Twitter. I got back on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. Not The Ryan Awesome Show, but Ryan Awesome Show. Follow me on Twitter. If you have any questions, DM me. Or tweet at me. Whatever you want to do. And yeah. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Great show. Great show. I love this show. And yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back either on Friday or later today. I might be out later today or Friday or maybe Saturday. I'll be doing a Pro Wrestling Crate. I never gotten a chance to do the Pro Wrestling Crate, so I'll get the Pro Wrestling Crate video out the way. And also, I'll be doing a reaction video. My thoughts on Goldberg challenging Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. My opinion about it. And, you know, that's going to be out later this week. So you don't want to miss it. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank each and every single one of you for the support. We have gained new subscribers. And I'd like to just say thank you. Thank you for all your support. I couldn't have done this without all of you. And, yeah, man. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. Share this video. Comment down below. Hit the thumbs up. Do whatever you got to do. But yeah, man, this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. And that's that.